should we do this on the first try? See if
Sure.
we can do it. Hey guys, and that's so stupid. And welcome back to the last review, or whatever I like to call it. I still don't like the review.
Our thoughts on WandaVision.
Yes. This is episode 8 and 9, the last of them.
It's fine, I'll just introduce myself. Hi!
Well, I figure at this point, they would hopefully know who you are, because, if you're going to watch this, you might as well watch our other ones.
True story.
And I'll link them below. So, if you don't know Brittany by now, then I'm sorry, but this is my friend Brittany.
Hello.
So, we're gonna do... I'm drawing a blank.
Our thoughts?
Our thoughts, I guess, on the episode 8 and 9.
My thoughts on episode 8 were definitely... I loved that they expanded her backstory.
Yes.
And they showed a lot more of, how she came to be, into her powers... the fact that she kind of was using her powers since before she touched the stone. What? Yeah, I was really excited about that. The fact that they showed that she had powers before then. And they kind of retconned it and showed that maybe magic and mutant-ish things have been happening since before then. Yeah. Because now they have... Marvel has the rights for mutants and things. So now they can retcon and be like, hey, there's mutants and stuff.
Ooh. Mutants. Yeah. I still wish Hugh Jackman would come back as Wolverine now. That would be, so cool to have him in the MCU. Mm-hmm. He's obviously a favorite.
Why?
Kind of like Iron Man is a favorite. My thoughts... I liked it. I mean, I like everything, so it's a given. But the fact that they went through her mind to show you how she made this world, as we like to call it, WandaVision. Not Wanda World. Wrong world. We like to call it Wanda World.
And it also showed, a lot of her trauma.
Yeah, it kind of dug back into her backstory. Yeah. That we didn't know about in the movies, other than she was...
mentioned a little bit.
She mentioned it, but then you also know that Hydra had... they went to Hydra to do these experiments and stuff, so... Episode 9, my thoughts on that was... It was good. It reminded you of the, normal Marvel movies, but I feel like there was stuff that they should have added. You can't do that yet. We gotta talk about the episodes first.
I know! I'm just excited.
She's got theories and thoughts and everything. She can't wait to say.
I thought it was a really good episode. It definitely gave the vibes of a regular Marvel movie, which everybody knows and loves. The robot fights, and baby fights.
And you get to see how badass Wanda is.
You get to see how badass the whole family is.
Well, but Wanda was the best.
Okay, yes. Which, I'm going to talk about that later. Because there was... In episode 8, they showed a little preview from that, too, which I was like, whew. But yeah, I was just really excited because they showed a lot of stuff that they had kind of held on to. There was a good joke with Pietro and Monica. His name, Ralph Boner.
I missed that.
Yeah, his name... the kid's name is, Ralph Boner. So they built that for a boner joke. Which I couldn't help, I was cracking up about. But yeah, I just thought it was a really good episode. I think they did wrap up a lot of things. I did have a couple of questions.
There's a lot of questions and left, open things, because everything was kind of going to the next part of the movie.
Building up to Multiverse of Madness with Doctor Strange.
And weren't they technically hinting that Monique
Monica.
Which one?
Monica.
That's right. Wasn't she, is like the hinting that she'd be in the next Captain Marvel movie too? So or do I get that wrong?
You've got that wrong.
Fail.
I mean, in a way it could be, but that's not the friend they were talking about.
Oh, then I missed it. I told my dad wrong then too.
Yeah. So, do you want me to tell you now?
Yeah, might as well since we talked about it.
So, if you watched Spider-Man Far From Home...
It's been a while.
The ending... I think it was Far From Home. Yeah, Far From Home. The ending credit scene shows that the Skrulls, I think, took over Maria Hill's and Fury's body, and Fury was in space.
Oh,
and that's
who
they were talking
about.
So that was building up that Monica may become the head of S.W.O.R.D. and Fury's gonna work with her and S.H.I.E.L.D. and stuff, maybe. It could also point to Captain Marvel. I mean, there's lots of space characters, but most likely it's Fury, and I'm really excited about that.
See, I haven't seen Far From Home in forever.
Yeah.
This is why I'm doing a Marvel rewatch.
I was really excited about that. Like, when they were like, yeah, I have an old friend. At first I was like, Captain Marvel! And then I was like, wait a second, Far From Home. Because that one scene was hilarious.
Like I said, I'm doing a rewatch, so I'll get to that point. But did I see that movie twice? Because I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man and Iron Man are probably the two. I mean, you kind of have to have like a favorite with those two because of their relationship.
I find it ironic that I'm wearing an X-Men shirt and we were talking about X-Men earlier.
That's random. But Iron Man and Spider-Man have always been my favorites so far through the list. Not saying I don't love everyone, because there's a lot of love out there for everyone, but those
Winter
are my
Soldier,
favorite.
Natasha Romanoff. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, at least we both have a character that's dead.
Oh!
That we love so much, it's gone.
I forgot about that. Anyway, yeah, so that was that scene. Then there's the other ending credit scene, because I guess we can talk about that now. With Wanda in the cabin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and she's making tea, and you're like, oh, this is so normal, you know, like, is somebody cool gonna show up, like the Avengers or something? And then you go into the bedroom, and she's being all crazy witch-like, and I was like, yes, queen! Sorry, I got excited.
Well, what's funny is I didn't see that cutscene, and I bring my dad up again, and so he told me the other day he watched our video where I was talking about him. He's like, how dare you talk about me on... I was like, I said dad, so your name's not mentioned. He's like, you owe me money.
Yeah.
He's like, you owe me money. And I was like, I didn't say your name. I said dad. But what's funny is we talked, he called me, and he was asking me about all this stuff because he was confused. He thought the last episode was great, but he was confused because he can't remember everything, which I don't blame him. I obviously can't remember anything either. And we were talking about it, and he brought up the cutscene, and I was like, yeah, I didn't know there was a cutscene at the very end. I saw the first one, but then I didn't realize there was more because I had to go back to work because I watched it at work.
Did you end up watching it, or you still haven't watched it?
No, I went and watched it, so I do know what it was, but...
But yeah.
Isn't that the scene that goes into the Doctor Strange?
Yep.
Yeah.
So...
Makes sense.
I thought it was really cool. Like, she's being all witchy, and she's got, like, her runes and everything, and her new costume looked amazing. Best costume ever. And then we heard Billy's voice, and I was like, baby Billy, you gotta go save him. Because Billy is, like, one of my favorite characters. But yeah, so that fact that I wanted to share with you. So the Darkhold
was in Doctor Strange, right?
Sort of. So in Doctor Strange, there's a scene with the library, and it shows you the Ancient One's text, and there's an empty book spot, which is where the Darkhold should be, and that's my thing.
You know, I saw that on TikTok.
Did you?
Yeah. I actually knew that. That was amazing.
That's actually where I saw it. Like, I had never noticed it before. I was just like, Doctor Strange.
Well, the only time I've ever heard of the Darkhold was actually Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because they had a season where it was in there, but then I saw that it's actually looks different than the one in the movies. See, I know something. But yeah, there's like a season. I don't remember.
Maybe it was the season I watched.
I want to say it was...
was it the season where she went crazy and wanted to become a real girl?
So,
Ada?
Sounds like a Barbie movie or something.
She wanted to become a real girl. She was a robot.
I want to say it was when Ghost Rider was around, but
yeah.
I don't...
Ada was trying to open the portal or whatever so she could become like a real girl and be human instead of a robot.
I feel like we're talking about Disney now.
I mean, technically,
we are.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is Disney.
That's true.
Yeah,
and they have like a whole thing on the Darkhold and all.
So
that.
I actually do know what you're talking about.
But I don't think it connects with the movies at all, for sure.
No.
So
I think they kind of. But yeah, I was like really excited about that, and the whole fact that it's leading into Doctor Strange, which I'm really excited about.
Well, I can see why it's called the Multiverse of Madness.
Because she
looks kind of crazy in that last scene.
Like, she had like 2 separate arms and stuff, and I was like, yes, please.
It's kind of crazy.
I loved it. Anyway, so
I guess we should probably break down the episodes now that we've spoiled everything else between. But then again, if you're watching this, hopefully you've seen the shows, the episodes, because But anyways, episode 8
is when they're going through
They go through time, but we kind of pick up where the last episode left off, where what's her face? It
starts with Agatha in 1600s in Salem.
Oh yeah,
with her coven. And she's being tied to a
She's being basically they're gonna put her up in flames or whatever.
Like,
I can't think of the word. It's like drawing a blank at me right now.
She's being accused of bad witchcraft, so they're gonna
burn her at the stake. It's really weird to have that in a Marvel thing.
Yeah,
like it's like.
But
I've watched a lot of weird shows.
Because it was kind of like Marvel saying, "Hey guys, magic is real. Like, witches are real." Like, the whole thing, because, like, you know, they've tried to explain Thor and the gods of Asgard away as being aliens, and they've had Doctor Strange and, like, the mysticism and stuff like that, but it wasn't, like, I don't know, it kind of was being pushed away as, like, different things, but, like, this one is, like, pure magic, like, witches and,
woohoo.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then she ends up sucking their magic.
Yes.
And taking their magic instead of dying like she was supposed to on the stake.
And she takes the pendant, right?
I think
her mom.
So.
And that kind of makes her the leader.
She's like the only one left too.
But I mean, you know what I mean, like the head witch or whatever.
And then it picks up where the last episode left off, where she confronts Wanda and has Wanda trapped.
And Wanda tries to use her magic against her, but she can't because Agatha reveals that she has runes situated around the room where only a witch who casts them can use her magic, and that comes back later.
Yeah, Wanda's smart.
She is so smart.
She's a smart cookie.
She is a smart cookie.
But then we end up going to her past, where she's forced to go through it because she wasn't going to do it at first. But
she did it for the boys.
She did it for the boys.
The babies.
And so the first scene is when she's younger, isn't it? Where the family's all together or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they are watching sitcom.
Yeah, they're watching Dick Van Dyke.
There you go.
And it's like her favorite episode or whatever, but it's the black and white colored or black and white television, mm-hmm. you know, the classic sitcoms back then where everything would turn out okay by the end of it. Sound familiar?
Sounds like the beginning of WandaVision.
That's 'cause it is.
Okay, so that's kind of the tie-in of the beginning of the season, where the black and white comes in and why she started that. And it makes sense why it did the whole sitcom versions.
Yeah, it's because she just wanted that kind of life where everything would be okay at the end of the episode. She wanted that perfect life with the husband and the kids.
Yep.
All that stuff.
So then, I forgot what the next part was.
Well, at the end of that was when the bomb came in and killed her parents.
Oh, yeah.
And her and Pietro were underneath the bed. And it's kind of hinted that the bomb didn't explode because it was defective. It didn't explode because Wanda didn't want it to explode. Did you realize that? Oh. Yeah, it was kind of hinted that she was using her powers.
Oh.
That's what Agatha was trying to do.
I really should go rewatch all of this.
I'm going to probably do a rewatch of all the episodes.
Well, I'm doing a rewatch of all the movies, so I'll just add that to my list.
That'll be like at the end.
Yeah. After Spider-Man.
Yeah. But yeah, it kind of hinted that she had powers from the beginning, but Wanda didn't really want to hear about it, so they moved on. And the next one is, I believe, her being in contact with the stone or the scepter.
See, I honestly don't remember it anymore.
I just remember the scepter part.
I'll be honest with you, I totally forgot the episode.
But I just remember the scepter part because this is the hint for the next episode.
Ooh.
When she's like looking at the scepter and she has like all those visions or whatever, and you see the Scarlet Witch kind of descending, and like you see the shadow of the new costume and like that whole thing. It was really, I was so excited because I like knew that it was kind of coming, but at the same time I wasn't sure what costume they would use.
Yeah.
Because they kind of hinted in the advertisements that there would be a new costume, but you didn't get to see the full thing. Besides that,
I'd be honest, the new costume is cool, but I still prefer the old one.
the one with like the
just the leather. No, the like leather that she had in the like the Avenger movies and stuff.
The leather jacket. And
Yeah.
I think this one made her look more like
she looked more superhero-ish, but I still preferred that outfit.
Yeah. I don't know.
Not saying she doesn't look bad. It's a cool outfit,
yeah.
and I'm okay with it. I do like that.
I just like that it was paying homage
to the original
costume in the comics.
My dad, once again, Dad's being mentioned. I got like,
hi Dad.
Hi Dad. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, he was telling me that like when she went to get this role, that she had no idea what it was about, so she went and looked it up, and she saw the costume from the cartoon and how risque or whatever, is that how you say
yeah.
risque? How bad the costume. She's like, I'll do it, but I'm not wearing that. And so
just the retro Halloween episode when.
But yeah, so that's what he was telling me, that he saw an interview of her talking about how she wouldn't do it if she was wearing that outfit.
That's funny.
And I don't blame her.
I don't either.
That outfit's awful.
Some of her outfits.
I don't blame her.
A lot of Marvel outfits are questionable.
I mean, all the S.H.I.E.L.D. outfits where they're like just skin tight onesuits, that kind of sucks.
Well, like, especially like Black Widow too, if you look at her. It's like
especially Iron Man 2. Like, it's full on body, it's leather.
Anyway,
I don't know how you move in that.
After the Hydra incident, I don't remember a lot of that. Like, I know they did, like, her and Vision meeting together and having that conversation while the Malcolm in the Middle played in the background. And Vision has that, like, he laughs at something and she's like, you know, it's okay, it's funny. And they, like, have that moment. And I think that's, like, it actually helped a lot because in the MCU, you don't see a lot of their interactions.
No.
So, like, all of a sudden they're together and, like, kissing, and you're just like, what?
They did do a good job of saying, like, in Captain America, how they got close. and then kind of came apart, and then all of a sudden it was like years later in the Avengers movie. But
yeah, and it's like, what happened in between there? Like, we need to see that.
But then again, it's like Pepper Potts and Tony. Like, they're together, but in between the movies, they broke up, they got back together, they got engaged. So you didn't really get to see all that either.
I mean, yeah, but you get to see them build that relationship at the same time.
Sort of. Because, like, in Captain America Civil War, they weren't together, they broke up. Or taking a break, as they like to put it. They broke up.
Yeah,
but then in Spider-Man, they were back together and engaged.
Well, I'm guessing it's because Rhodey called Pepper up and was like, you need to take care of your man.
He's having issues. So, like, you didn't really you saw them together at the end of the last Iron Man movie, but then other than that, you didn't see much. Except for the last Avengers movie. But that was because he was dying. They were gonna kill him.
If you watched the third one, like, I can understand why she wanted to break. It's because, like,
his life is insane, man.
Yeah. But, like, at the same time, you saw that chemistry between them. Like, you knew it was there. You knew, like, they were going to end up together. But with Vision and Wanda, it was kind of, like, you saw some of it. It's kind of like when Steve kissed Sharon Carter. Yeah. But anyway, like, the strange thing where, like, they just suddenly kiss, you know, it's kind of like, and it was, like,
I don't know what that was.
But anyway, so that's the reason why I liked the way that they went through her memories and showed, like, that chemistry between them and them having, like, that moment where they watch TV together and have a conversation about grief and her losing her brother and, like, you know, stuff like that. It was nice. I went on a tangent, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, is this where it, like, kind of ends, where she goes to Sword and she goes to Hayward and Hayward lets her in, and it's kind of fishy that he let her in when he said that she broke in.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, that's a little sus, Hayward. A little sus.
This is the episode where they show her Vision and how they're taking him apart.
And how she can't have him.
And they end up...
And she goes, okay, I just want to say goodbye. And she breaks the glass and he tells everybody to stand down. And she goes to say goodbye to Vision, and, like, she has her sad moment, and I cried, everybody cried, we all cried.
I didn't cry. I have no heart.
I was about to say that, but you said it yourself. But, like, it was a very touching moment where she said goodbye to him, and she left. She didn't cause any chaos. She didn't take Vision with her like Hayward said she did. Yeah. I'm sorry. Hayward is on my crap list. So, yeah.
But yeah, so she says goodbye to Vision. And then
she left. She went
to that house.
Yes.
And that's where we find out how she made Wanda World.
Which I thought was really cool, even though it was really sad.
That got me. That part did, where she just like freaked out, and
that explosion and the way she actually created Vision from that part of her, and the way she explains it later, it was just like, huh. Like, I was like tearing up in the series finale. I was like,
and then after that, we go back to Wanda and Agnes. Or Agatha, whatever her name is.
Agatha.
I keep getting mixed up.
It's fine. She's Agnes
She's
too.
both. Well, now she's officially Agnes.
You mean Agatha? Oh, yeah. I get it.
I was like, wait, did I get the name mixed up again?
No.
But yeah, so then we go back to them, and what was it? I know she like lets her go. And then she goes out and she has, like, the boys locked or, like, trapped with magic or whatever.
I think Wanda goes through the door herself and Agatha isn't there. She's outside with the boys.
And she has them on, like, a magic leash or whatever you want to call it.
And I felt so terrible. I was like, those poor babies, save them. I
And she did.
Yeah, she did.
She did. She's like, my boys, man.
Mama.
My boys.
She went mama bear.
How did the episode end, though?
I think it was... Oh, no.
We're so bad at this.
Oh my god. Well, see, the thing is like, I watch it and then it just all starts to blend together into just one show. So it's hard to know when one episode ended and the other began.
Yeah.
But I do remember it was like Wanda facing off with Agatha, and that's kind of where that ends. And then we cut to Hayward and him having a piece of technology with Wanda's energy in it, and he's like, oh, all we needed to restart Vision is some of Wanda. And so they use the equipment and they start up white android Vision, who is taking orders.
And he doesn't have, wasn't it like he doesn't have the vision part in him?
He doesn't have like the memories. Like he has.
But didn't they call it like the vision part of him? Isn't that what they said? I swear to God, they said like the vision part's not there.
I don't remember. Like he doesn't have the Mind Stone, but he has like the memories. And then the other guy doesn't have the memories, but he has the Mind Stone. Or something like that.
That's weird.
Yeah. So, anyway, that was episode 8, and now we're on the series finale.
Wah, 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 wah. So, this episode was just
bonkers.
Lots going on this episode. It was a good episode.
It was so good. I loved how it started out with immediate fight. I felt like a Marvel movie. Wanda came out kicking and screaming. She got her boys loose, told them to go to their room, which was awesome.
Parenting at a high level, man.
Such a mom thing to do.
Go to your room. But I want to help. Go to your room.
And I love that Tommy, like, immediately took his brother and, like, zipped off. I was like, oh, that's so cute. And then Vision comes to help her, I think. Oh, no.
I watched it as I was getting ready, so I don't remember.
I know, like, Wanda, like, starts using her powers against Agatha, and, like, Agatha starts, like, sucking her powers away, so her, like, hand gets all withered. And then Vision comes into the picture somehow, but then the white android Vision comes in, and Vision's like, I'm gonna go fight Vision. And
Vision on Vision.
Vision
I don't know what this was. I don't know what this was.
Which was an amazing fight.
Yes.
Because the two of them having such, like, the identical power sets and fighting against each other was, like, bordering comical, because it was just great to see them, like, not be able to destroy each other. Agatha goes to the town square where everybody is at, and Wanda is there looking for Agatha, I believe. And Agatha starts breaking the ties on everybody. And they start ganging up on her and asking her to either let them go or kill them.
Was that something about let them see, like, their families or whatever?
Yeah, which I was, like, kind of disappointed because the Lady Dottie didn't turn out to be anybody. She was just a random person. I was like, no! She turned out to be, like, what was it, Jessica or something? And she had, like, a daughter, and she was like, just let her out of her room. Just let her out. And I was like, oh, that's actually kind of sad.
It's depressing.
And they, like, start ganging up on her, and Wanda gets really, really overwhelmed and lashes out with her chaos magic and starts choking everybody. And Billy hears this telepathically, which is part of his power set, and they rush to her aid, but Wanda knows what she has to do, and so she breaks the spell that's choking them, and she realizes that she needs to get rid of the wall to save them. But in the process, that's gonna come with a price.
She's gonna lose her family. She loses Vision and the boys.
Yeah, and so she starts bringing up the wall, and that's when we find out that Vision and the boys are tied to this wall, and if she doesn't keep the wall up, the boys and Vision are gonna die. And so she brings up the wall, and her and Agatha start going at it, and it's an epic fight. I loved it.
Yes, I don't think I can even explain what happens.
There's lots of thunder and red lightning and
lots of...
And so she ends up like kind of giving up her magic.
Yep.
She's just like, take it all, you know, I don't want it because I've caused all these problems, you know, and it's just really sad. It's a very emotional moment.
And then you got Vision and the boys screaming at their mom.
Yeah, and like Vision is like holding the boys, you know, trying to keep them from seeing like Wanda like this because he's trying to be a good dad. But the boys care about their mom, and I'm just like, oh. And at the same point, like, they have the military coming in. I forgot about that. Billy got to use his little powers where he freezed everybody. I thought that was so adorable. Like, he was like just like his mom. Yeah, I loved it. He was just like. And then Wanda took a lesson out of Agatha's book. With
back to last episode.
She had put runes in the walls so that Agatha couldn't use her magic. Only the witch that cast them can use them. Sorry, I'm talking a lot with my hands. I'm excited.
You're doing a lot of Wanda-like motions here. You're like,
I can't help it.
If only I knew how to do effects and make things come out of our hands.
But yeah, it was just a really good episode, and Wanda learned her lesson, and she
and sadly had to give up everything.
Yeah. Well, I hadn't got that far yet.
I wanted to go there first.
And she took down Agatha because she knew what she needed to do, and she had her new costume and looked so badass. She floated to the ground, and the boys and her were all like teamed up together, and they're all like, yeah, good happy family. And Agatha gets turned permanently into Agnes. Though I had a question about that because she said that she would be like the permanent nosy neighbor or whatever. But like, so she ended up having to bring down the wall, which would make her lose the boys and Vision. But she was also like, had accepted that grief, which was really big of her. And she said goodbye to the boys. It was really sad. I was like, and she thanked them for choosing her to be their mom. I was like
don't cry too hard.
Try not to. And then like she went downstairs and she was trying to turn out the lights, and Vision's like, I heard it's bad luck to say goodbye in the dark. And I was like, that's so cheesy. And it was just a really sweet moment between them, and you know, they had that discussion, and we don't really find out what happened to White Android Vision.
I'm assuming he's gonna show up in some other movie.
Yeah, that's what my thought was. But yeah, they have like this really deep conversation, and then he says goodbye to her, but she says we'll say hello again or something, like, which is the last line of the show, technically, before the credits, or before that whole thing, but that's like the last line. And so the wall comes down, which made me wonder, is her spell connected to the wall, or was it separate? So is Agatha Agatha, or is Agatha Agnes if the wall is down? That's what my question was.
I have a feeling you're going to see White Vision again. You're going to see Agatha again. You're going to see the boys again. You're going to see all these characters
obviously
again. Because
the boys. Because we heard their voice.
Yeah. But there's like so many like left open things that you're probably going to see a lot of these people again after this. In a movie or another show or whatever Marvel thing that comes out. So, for sure. But, yeah, they're a told us that she's going to be in Doctor Strange, the next Doctor Strange movie. So we do know that.
We do know that Hayward got arrested.
That too.
And Wu got to be the big hero guy.
Yay.
I thought him and Monica were pretty adorable when she was like, oh, look at you being all in charge. And Wu was like, I'm in charge.
It kind of feels like you right now.
Yeah.
Alright, so that is it for WandaVision. Wah, wah, wah. That is the last episode of WandaVision. We will be doing Falcon and the Winter Soldier next. In 2 weeks. Like, we always kind of film every 2 weeks because of her work schedule and my work schedule. It just works. So in 2 weeks, we're going to be doing the first episode because only the first episode will air in 2 weeks.
Unless they do 2 episodes like they did one.
Unless they do 2 episodes like they did WandaVision. But that will be it. And then we've been doing some side filming stuff that I gotta start editing.
Yeah, you do.
I've been doing other things that are important.
Yeah. Like what?
Well, first trying to get that one video up that took me almost a month to do. But yeah, so Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then isn't there Black Widow that comes out in between Loki and Winter Soldier?
Rumored?
There's a rumor, not rumor. There's a movie that comes out between those.
Rumored, but it's quite possible that it's going to be pushed back again.
Why don't they just release it like every other movie?
Why, Marvel? We would like to know.
But anyways, if Black Widow doesn't come out, then we'll be doing Loki afterwards, which will be a kind of a month probably break.
Yeah,
maybe.
Loki, Hawkeye, Miss Marvel.
Because I heard Falcon and the Winter Soldier only has like 6 episodes.
What?
That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true.
Probably.
Because I bet these are going to be an hour.
I also heard a theory about Falcon and Winter Soldier, and it better not be true. Otherwise, I'm gonna be throwing things.
She's a Winter Soldier fan, so if anything happens to him, we're screwed.
True story.
She's going to go off on a tangent.
That was, yeah. It has to deal with Winter Soldier.
No. Well, this will be interesting. But yeah, so the next thing we will be doing is Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then after that will be Loki, and then we're not sure what else after that. But if you have other TV shows that you guys want us to look at, talk about,
or movies,
we'll do it, we'll watch it, we'll talk about it. I mean, I even thought about us going back and rewatching all the Marvel movies, like in order of the premiere, and talk about them all. But then again, I could just talk about Iron Man all day and I'd be happy.
I mean, same.
So that is it for this video, guys. If you like the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow this one on TikTok or Instagram. Those will be below. I will also link all the other videos, reviews that we did of WandaVision below in the description. That being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys with another video.
Bye!